All right, Jack, so take me back because you haven't always done these videos. You used to be was a psychologist or used to work with children, correct?
I was a social worker. I wasn't a PhD psychologist. I was a social worker and a mental health counselor. I have my master's degree in child psychology, and I have a BA in psychology and a master's degree in psychology. I worked as a social worker, worked with autistic children, worked with delinquent kids. So I was working with children, but in a little more serious capacity and going into the homes. And I also worked with delinquent kids too, kids that were in trouble with the law. So I did that for about 20 years.
Okay, and you're based in Florida?
Yeah, in Largo. It's kind of squeezed between St. Petersburg and Clearwater.
Okay, so
Yep.
how did you decide to start doing these videos?
Well, the videos, we were doing DVDs a little ways back before YouTube was big. So we were doing DVDs before, but the children's music kind of started. I've always been a musician. I played the guitar since I was probably 10 or 11. But kind of the critical point there was I was playing, and I was a social worker by day, and just for fun, I'd be playing in clubs and bars at night and things like that. Not children's music, Gordon Lightfoot and Jimmy Buffett and James Taylor, stuff like that. And I was between jobs, and I was substitute teaching in kindergarten. And I was just doing a little substitute teaching, and at the school that I was substitute teaching, there was only 2 kindergarten teachers. It was a small school. And one was a lady that was in a car accident, and then the other new teacher, first-year teacher, was another kindergarten teacher. And that lady that I met when I was substitute is now my wife of 36 years.
Oh, wow.
So we kind of met there, and then she said, "Oh, you play the guitar and write songs?" I said, "Sure. Can you write songs for my kindergartners?" So that's how we kind of started, and then 45 albums later, and but we did the DVDs back when DVDs were more popular, and so the teachers in Idaho and all over could buy the DVD and hear the song, but then also if I sing about the alphabet or numbers, the video is so good because then they can see, oh, there's A, and that looks like B, and and they can see that.
Sure.
So we did that, but the YouTube. We jumped in on that a little bit, probably just about 5 years ago. So we're kind of, not too new at it, but pretty new.
Well, 5 years though, and looking at your numbers, I mean, your most viewed video as of today has, I think, 47 million views.
Yeah.
And it's a simple video. I mean,
It is. That is actually one of the earlier ones we did. We shot right back here in our little green screen studio. And it has no background at all. It's just me singing the song and the numbers. And I think what happens, who knows what happens, and people that listen to a song, sometimes I can't predict it. But the kids like the song, count to 100 every day. I think they just like that kind of cool beat to it or whatever. I started about 5 years ago, and then we weren't sure about YouTube. We didn't know much about it. We didn't know how it was going to work. We love educating children. I love singing songs, but we didn't know the business end of it. It was, how are we going to make ends meet doing this? So my wife was a little hesitant too, and I said, I think we should jump in this. I think we should try it. So we kind of started slow, and for the first even year or so, we monetized all the videos that we had on there. And, just like any business, you start out slow. A couple of times we were at a point of, I don't know, and I don't mean to just put it into monetary sense, but we have to, we're a business.
Sure.
So we got not royalty check, we got a payment from YouTube. This is 5 years ago. We got $400. Like, I have a business. What am I going to do with $400 for all the work we did? So there are a number of points as anybody goes, maybe I should quit it. But we, just kind of hung in there and went through a lot of stages of learning. And then as you progress, and then we got to 100,000 subscribers. Once you do that, we learn. Then you get into, according to YouTube and Google, you get into a new
Category?
serious category.
Okay.
Yeah. Like once you get to 100,000 subscribers, like, this guy's pretty serious. I think we're gonna. So then they hook you up with all kinds of not all kinds, but several consultants, and you do what we're doing here now. You're doing the video kind of lesson, and they would be on there with us and with Chris and say, what are you guys doing? What are you doing right? What are you doing wrong? Don't do this, do this. We would have a little song. I wrote a little song for the video. If you look at some of our old videos, there's a little song before the actual video comes on. And it's a catchy little song, and the kids like it. But the data showed that people were going on, teachers were going, or whoever was going on, and looking at the video, and the song would come on, and the data showed they were, no, I don't want to hear that song, I don't want to hear that song, and they would drop it off. So these kinds of lessons we didn't know, more color, whatever. And then you have to kind of find your own, a lot of people have great channels out there, and some people are doing 3D animation, some people are doing 2D animation, and so you think, well, look how well they're doing, should we do it their way? And I guess just like anything, you have to just find your way to do it. And so I like having a variety of styles of music, and not everybody does that. So a lot of times you'll see on some of the channels it's pretty much the same style of music. I'm a music lover. I've got great musical people around me in my studio, and so we do reggae, and we do hip-hop, and we do country, and we do rock, and that's just who I am. I like all different kinds of music.
So how often do you post?
Chris, about 2 videos a week.
And do you have a set schedule, or are you kind of, when they're done, you post them, or?
More that way. A little more that. We try to, a little bit, the data kind of shows the information that we get that you don't want to put one up. I mean, people do. Sometimes people put one up every single day, right, Chris?
Some people do every single day. We try to keep it one a day if we can, but we put out a series a while ago where we had like almost 90 videos in like 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
And the amount of videos you put out kind of hurts each other. Like putting out that many videos at a time really hurts the views of those videos. So we try to keep it to like 1 or 2 a week.
Yeah, because you want the one to get, the attention of it's a new video on there, and people go, oh, that's a new one. You don't want it, oh, that's a new one. Oh,
there's another one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little bit, but it's kind of that balance. You have to let people know you're still alive and well and doing good things, and then not overwhelm them too.
So are you guys working several weeks in advance, or are you still trying to come up, what are we going to do tomorrow?
No, we have a lot of things in the fire way before. I don't know how many songs I have. I go to the recording studio, fortunately. I love writing songs. I've been doing it a long time. The ideas come and pretty quickly, and I can write pretty quickly. And the guy that I have, his name is James Corey. He has a studio in his home, a couple of miles away, and he and I have worked together 25 years. So all I got to do is sometimes pick up the phone. It's a song, we're doing something now. I just came from the studio. A teacher asked us to do some songs about prepositions. There's a lot to know about prepositions. So boom, boom, boom. I wrote one song, and that didn't tell the whole everything. Wrote another song, so now a week later, I got 3 songs on prepositions.
Oh wow!
And they're not even out. They're not even out yet. So
then you get with Chris and come up with like an artistic vision, or
exactly, yeah. I mean, some of them they're very, very different. You have to approach each one very differently. The preposition one, obviously, you got to show on the screen prepositional phrases. You got to highlight the word. And now he's working on one we were just looking at before you called more of a social skill. Keep on trying. A lot of teachers, when they call me and talk to me, can you do something on helping kids to not quit? When things get hard, just to stay in there and keep working. Talk to a teacher or an adult about it, and don't quit. Keep on trying. So boom, boom, boom. I wrote that. Now that's a little harder to put together, because you have to it's not just putting the preposition up there and putting the word. That's pretty simple. This you have to show great pictures of kids with emotion, like when you're sad and when you're feeling bad. Talk to somebody. Just keep on trying. So, where are we going to get these? Where are we going to get these perfect pictures of kids? And then a diversity. We believe in showing a diversity. So where are we going to get these pictures? So then we have to coordinate with schools. Can we come in? You got to get releases.
Sure, yeah.
Got to search. It's much harder. We've done a couple like that. There's one that we really worked hard at. It's a recent one called One Small Voice. That one is like that we had to show pictures of kids. And we just did one like that too. We Are a Family. So each one is very different. What did we do one? Oh, we did one the other day. We shot a video. I wrote a song, Count by Tens to 100. I'm a mountain climber. I'm a swimmer, and I'm a runner. Right? So all I had to do was go back in our wardrobe of clothes, put the mountain climber, put the swimmer stuff on, put the runner on, shoot me in the green screen. He puts up the numbers up there. After I wrote the song and he shot me, how long did it take to put the video together?
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
Boom. Done.
It depends on the video. Like
Depends on
something
it.
like that is quick, but something where you get like asked for like pictures or videos from parents.
Parents
or
and kids,
those
much
can
harder.
take like a week.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks.
So,
we're learning, and we're trying to do things with a lot of color, and again, I think our thing is we try to. I like all styles of music, and I like the music to have a good beat to it and pretty cool. And a lot of teachers will tell us, "Well, I like your songs because," and I don't mean this in a negative. There is a place for. I don't mean this in a negative way, but some music for kids is kind of more in the kind of babyish sounding, or use other melodies, like traditional songs.
Yeah.
We write almost all originals, all original melodies, original songs, and we try to make them, kind of cool and kind of hip. That's kind of our thing.
So some would look at your channel and be like, really? This guy that kind of dances, looks a little silly, like it has 47 million. Is that kind of the draw you want, that you're the comfortable, friend teacher type thing? I mean,
Sure.
and you're not afraid to look maybe a little silly.
Not at all. Yeah, no. We see.
The other day we filmed up where he was dressed up as like an 80s rocker with long, like.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, you're gonna see that one.
He walked out into the car and drove to his studio with that all on.
Oh, that's funny. That's great.
I got one of those big, like back in the day. You probably too young to remember groups like Kiss and Poison, with the big blonde hair.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi used to do. So I'm gonna be a rocker. Let's do it. So I got a big wig on and rocked out with my, guitar. Yeah, I don't mind saying that at all. Sometimes we get all kinds of comments on there.
Do you read the comments?
I know I can't read all of them,
Yeah.
but I do read some of them. And this one, what did the guy say? Something like, I don't know about anyone as the comment. Pretty cool. I don't know if anybody else is like me, but I watch this guy just because he's so hilarious.
Well, that's at least a nice comment, because I'm sure there's some nasty ones too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have the discretion through the whole system and the Google system. We have the discretion to eliminate those.
Yeah.
Well, since a lot of our videos have kids in them, we actually have their YouTube mandates that we have to approve all the comments that get posted.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, you get really weird. It's
Yeah.
not into all of it, but we have to be very, very careful. We try to always show respect to kids, and and Google and YouTube are very good. Well, this is another area of that, but we can't possibly screen. YouTube is a huge, all over the world. That YouTube now has a system which they didn't have before of sending us automatically, I guess through all their logarithms and ever. Oh, today these 100 people stole one of your songs and put it on their own channel. They violated your copyright. Here are the 100
Oh, wow.
channels. Oh, yeah. We got one. What was it one day? 800? 800 stole. Huh?
Not in one day, but
Well, it accumulated.
Wow. And then you can go and say, not copyright violation, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And YouTube is very, very good because, now we've established ourselves. And sometimes way in earlier days, are you sure they're violating? Are you sure that's your song? Yeah, I wrote it. Yeah, that's my song.
So, Jack, would you say, is this a full-time job? I mean, obviously, Chris, are you full-time? Are you guys always doing this?
Full-time. More than full-time.
And obviously, you don't have to get specific, but it's more than $400 a month. I mean, you're able to survive. It's your job.
Well, that's one source of our income for our business. I love kids. I work with kids my whole life. So I do about 200 concerts a year.
Oh, my gosh.
There's only 180 days of school, so you can do the math there.
In schools. You'll go to the schools.
Most of them are in schools. So schools will like right now, starting in the end of school year, last May and June, schools that I've been to, the people get on the phone or send emails mostly. We'd like Jack for this coming January of 2020.
Wow.
And we'd like him on this date, and they booked it last May.
Wow.
So actually what just happened today, or has happened, our office manager just is telling people they're calling to book me from now, not in September, until June, we're done. I'm booked. I don't have any more. I can't do it.
Wow.
So that's one good source of income. So I go to the schools.
Sure.
I do an hour concert, and we have a couple of big concerts that we do. Sometimes I fly out of state where we have concerts at theaters. I have 2,000 kids in the theater. But I would say probably 90% of them are just me going to this school, set up my sound system, 200-300 kids come in, we have fun. I'm going to Orlando tomorrow morning to do that. So that's one source of the income is me, concerts. The other is the YouTube. And it is. It's again, way back when we weren't sure it was going to work. We're seeing that it can work.
And have you guys figured out Facebook? Have you gone onto the Facebook platform as well and Instagram, or are you mainly sticking to YouTube?
Done, Chris? We haven't gone on Facebook, and we have some YouTube friends of ours that have their own channels, and they were telling us that, we make more money from Facebook showing our videos than we do on YouTube. We haven't done that. We don't make any money from Facebook.
Yeah, we just do our posts in general.
Just your posts. Do you have any tips or suggestions for other people that might think they have it to do a YouTube channel and maybe post their music or do children's?
Sure.
What would you say?
Well, I would first, test out what you're doing with your market. If you're going to do like we do, education music for teachers, which is mostly our market, teachers, take your songs and either put them on some kind of recording on CD or something, or just you go into the schools and try them out. Don't go to the effort to do a YouTube channel and do all this and get a name. And then honestly, the songs are not, the songs are above kids' heads. I was at some conference in, I forget where it was, there were two guys there, super talented musicians, very good, great singers. Hey, Jack, we really admire you. You've been doing it a long time. Hey, can you listen to our album? Let us know what you think. And that's what I said. You guys are super talented. You can sing, like play like crazy, sing like crazy. Simple it up a little bit. The kids don't need all that production. They don't need all that stuff. Just a little simpler, bring your voices out more. So I would try it out. My first thing to do, if you got good songs, you think you have good songs, try it out in a classroom. See if they work. Kids like them, and you could take it to the next step and go to a studio and record them. And then I had another lady that we helped the other day. She likes our stuff. And who's that lady? Remember the album? Where's the album? Oh, we got it right here. Here it is. This is the album. This lady sent us here, right here. Kendra K. And I never met her. I don't even know where she's from. But nice cover on the album. Very, very well done.
Yeah.
And she she wanted advice just like you're saying, and she can sing. She's got a good voice. She can write songs. She said, what advice would you give? She said, this is what I'm doing. And she's in LA. And I said, what are you doing? She said, well, I'm writing a song. I'm going to her studio. I'm spending about $1,000 recording the song in the studio. And then I go and get the video made. And I'm spending another $2,000 getting the video made. I said, well, you got to stop that right now.
Yeah.
It's too much money.
Yeah.
You got to get your own green screen. Get somebody that can maybe come in and shoot video, or get your husband to shoot the video of you. And you can't spend $3,000 or $4,000 on a little video on YouTube, because you basically need 1 million views to make $2,000. So.
Well, it's different for everybody.
It's different for everybody.
And I'm sure once you hit that threshold, you might make a little more. I mean, if you have a following.
Yeah, supposedly too, when you get to, we're kind of on our way with sites, hopefully by the end of the school year, to get to 1 million subscribers. We're kind of going that way pretty quickly.
Cool.
I think at that point, I don't know for sure, but I think YouTube says, oh, wow, he's real serious now. And then they start, what do they do, create links and stuff for you a little bit more? That's what I heard.
I'm not too sure. I think they don't, I don't want to say they prioritize you more, but they kind of give you special treatment.
They give you a little more special treatment.
Sure, yeah.
You get, of course, and we're not going to be in the category of some of these other, they have, what does PewDiePie have, 100 million subscribers?
So have you guys found that certain videos work versus those that don't? Or I'm sure there's been some you think will be huge and they bomb, and then some bombs that do really well. I mean, is there any rhyme or reason to it?
Sometimes it's just too niche.
Too what?
Too niche. Too specific.
Too much, yeah. I don't know. That one that you said, the one that has almost 50 million, it's one of the simpler videos. We've had other videos that a lot more work in it, a lot more work. But the kids like the song. Sometimes you just can't predict what song kids are going to hook on. I wouldn't say, I never see it as like a song bombed that way. I kind of see it as, we always try to put out things that are good, but that just didn't get out there yet. We had one, I thought it was a dynamite video. It was another videographer we had, new scene for every letter. Alphabet singing sign. I do sign language for every letter. B, and then I say B for boy. The B, boy. And I learned the sign language. We hired a sign language person to come in and spend a lot of time on it. Put it out there. 4 or 5 months in, 32 million views. You go, oh my goodness. I believed in the videos. That's a really good video. I did all those sign language things the right way. It's a really good video. What was wrong with that? Well, my wife helped out a lot. You put the words on there, and she puts everything on there. Anyway, now, a year later, it's approaching 2 million views.
And that's funny, because I've seen that one. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. So that was kind of a slow starter. Like, the turtle in the hair, that was a turtle.
Yeah.
Slow startup. It's a great video.
Are you?
Like you said, slow, and then a year later they just suddenly explode. So you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
We honestly feel that we have a lot that way. I look at some of them. We have addition facts. We have multiplication tables. We put the multiplication tables up a while ago. They were doing nothing. Now I look at them. Hey, 100,000, 200,000. So we kind of. The other tip to people is just keep on, like any business, keep on grinding it out, keep on working at it.
Yeah.
If you're good, success will find you.
If you're good, success will find you. That's
so, do you ever get a little tempted, Jack, to maybe do the Baby Shark type songs that really aren't educational?
I've done it.
I mean, that maybe aren't real educational, but man, if you could hit gold with that, this little boop, boop, boop.
Absolutely. No, we have actually, we try to be. We love children, and my wife's a former kindergarten teacher, so we know kids like that too. A lot of the teachers, they do work hard at the academics, then they call it, we need a brain break.
I see.
And so let's do Baby Shark.
Okay.
Or let's do the Tootie Ta. Actually, I do think, I don't know if it'll come up that way in Idaho, but you can check on it. It's a popular song. I didn't write it, but it's called the Tootie Ta. Tooty, Tootie Ta. And I think we're probably...
My daughter's class did it.
Okay.
Her kindergarten class, so yeah.
And here's the funny thing, too. Sometimes kids like to see me. And they'll say, oh, I see you, and I love, and some people even write, Jack, I love that video, but I didn't see you in it. Where were you? I missed you in it, which is fine. But then I did the Tootie Ta myself 5 years ago. And then we did a Tootie Ta all animated. It's me in it, but I'm animated with animated kids. Absolutely smoked the one with just me in it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. So we have done Baby Shark. We have done Tootie Ta. There's one, too, that is a cute one. I love it. I love the way it came out. We have an animator person who works in Canada, and we send her everything, and she sends it back, and then we correct it. It's called Penguin Dance. Penguin Dance. Check that one out. Your daughter?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 6, and I have a 4-year-old boy.
Oh, they would like it. It's called Penguin Dance.
Okay. We'll check it out.
It's me with 2 animated penguins. And so we do that brain break stuff right along with parts of the story and prepositions. So we try to be, we love kids and all the things they have to learn, and we know they need brain breaks, so we try to do that fun, silly stuff too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you have children, Jack?
My wife and I have 2. They're not children anymore. One is a 7-year veteran policeman in our town here, and he's a SWAT leader and everything, SWAT instructor. And we have a daughter. He's 30, and our daughter's 32.
Okay. And any grandkids yet?
No, not in that. Not crossing that bridge yet.
How big is your staff, would you say?
Well, sure. We have Chris here, full-time videographer. We have Mary, runs a lot of the office and books all my concerts. And then my wife is a former kindergarten teacher. So really there's just, and then we have our guy, James. He's not here, but he's pretty much full-time. And he's at his house at the studio. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So.
There are animators.
On animator in Canada.
Sure.
Part-time, but 6, yeah.
Chris, what's your last name?
Maletz.
Could you?
Maletz.
Maletz. And how long have you been working with Jack?
Part-time since May 2018. Full-time since October 2018.
Okay, and you do all the editing and the shooting and compiling?
Pretty much, yeah. The only thing I don't do is the character animation.
Okay.
That's our lady in Canada.
Great.